Right guys, so welcome back to Al's Arachnids. I am Al. This is going to be a quick rehousing video and possibly a care sheet depending on how much time I get to edit it. This will be about my Tliltocatl Albopilosum, or the ex-brachypalma, the curly hair tarantula. This is the, I think, the hobby form, not the Nicaraguan. I'm not 100% on that, to be honest. I know it's to do with the colours on the legs, so we'll find out when we get into it. Let's do this. Let's spin it. Smash! Right guys, so here is the Tliltocatl Albopilosum, also known as the curly hair tarantula. It used to be a brachypalma till they split the genus up and annoyed a lot of people because it's not as easy to say it's brachypalma. As you can see, this is going to be its new enclosure. It's a lot bigger. It's got water dish, it's got somewhere for it to hide. It's also a lot better to look at if you can look at the like milky color of the one it's in compared to the clear color of the one it's going into. Again, this is not going to be a forever home for it, so I'm not going to go overboard with stuff. But let's see if we can get this one out now. As we're going through, I'll try and take you through the care video at the same time if this spider ever wants to move. So these guys, they're from Central America, various places in Central America. They can be found in different areas. You either get your like savanna type area or your scrubland area. This one seems to be given a bit of attitude. These are very, very docile. So for one to be, it's not, well, I was going to say it's not a fret post, but it's not happy. But again, even with that, I'm still pushing it with this. And it's not trying to bite. It's not trying to do anything. Camera's annoying me a little bit because it keeps going in and out of focus. Let's see if we can get it to move from this side. Yeah, back to what I was saying. These guys are from Central America. They can be found everywhere. Curly hair tarantula comes from the fact that, as you can see, one, how fluffy they are, but two, the hairs on the legs and the abdomen are curly, hence the name curly hair tarantula. These can be kept, these are one of the hardiest tarantulas in the hobby, and they can be kept at temperatures as low as 21 Celsius or 29 being a higher range. Mine, as I've said in multiple videos before, my garage is actually set to between 25 and 26. Currently at the moment 26 due to the focus camera. It's due to the obviously eggs that I'm trying to incubate. The humidity on these guys, this camera's really annoying me. For some reason it's focused on one side. There we go, it's a bit better. Humidity on these guys, pardon me, is anywhere from 65 to say 68% humidity. Mine is normally kept around 70 to 75, which is literally just, I fill the water dish up, and there, when you have a look at the newer enclosure, when I show it more, you see the odd bit of like stagnant moss around it. That when the water dish gets refilled, when it empties, the stagnant moss will get a tiny little bit put on it as well. Nothing too much. As I said, these guys are hardy. Mine's grown along fine, as you can see the way I've kept it. For substrate, I do try to use cocoa fiber as much as I can, but for those who have seen my mold video, certain species I'm starting to use spider life. I don't like spider life. It keeps the humidity too high for too long, in my opinion, but it also doesn't have mold. So that's the second bonus to it. And this camera is annoying me very, very much. Samsung say autofocus is meant to be good. This is starting to annoy me. Kind of just lifting it here because it doesn't really want to do anything. It's been an absolute nightmare. And when it comes to feeding this one is a juvenile. This is probably 3.5 to 4 inches now, leg span. I feed this one about 2 mealworms every fortnight, so a mealworm a week if you do it weekly. As a sling, you can feed it. Oh, losing a plot of it here. Sorry, for some reason it decided to spin around on the tripod holder that I'm holding. Yeah, slings, you can feed in fruit flies if you want. I personally, because I've kind of got a mealworm farm, have tiny little mealworms that I can feed slings. And as an adult, I'll do the same as I do with my brachypalmas and stuff, which is normally 2 Mario worms every 2 to 3 weeks. And every now and then I'll give them a cricket or something just to change their food up a bit. As you can tell by both enclosure setups that I've done here, although these aren't for the forever enclosures as I call them, they're like final enclosures. And I do keep a water dish, and as I said, I fill it up when it empties. I don't regularly keep it full to the brim. And there's also a hide. You can see the hide from this angle of the new enclosure and the top of the hide from the old enclosure. The only difference is one's covered, the other one's not. Just I think it looks a bit more natural, a bit better if you cover up with substrate, leaf litter, so forth. But I do like to use a bit of leaf litter for decoration. Oh, as I said, these are very docile. You saw then a quick flick of hairs off the abdomen. But again, I'm going to say she. I don't know. I'm going to try and sex this from the molt that I've just took out of the enclosure. So hopefully we can get it. But yeah, you can have a nice close-up on the curly hairs on the abdomen and the legs. And they were trying to have to get an angle from here. But as always, it's going to stay on the glass just to annoy me. But these guys are probably a medium growth rate like most brachypalmas or Tliltocatls as they are now. They can grow up to 6 inches. I've heard stories of some of them going just past 6, maybe 6.5. They are a stunning tarantula when they are fully grown. But as you can see now, it's a stunning tarantula anyway. Very different to a lot in the hobby due to the curly hairs. As I said, I'm hoping to find out the sex of this one. I won't have time to do it before I upload this video due to the fact that I have a few videos to get through. But, well, another little bit of a look. As you can see, I've used like a type of leaf litter stuff that I have with, it's got stones and little bits of bark and stuff in it. It's purely just for texture. That's about it for us, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.